The scarred Queen. Isaac from Bull to Media. In 332 BC, Roman Emperor Alexander the Great reached Kemet, ancient Egypt, then headed south of Egypt, planning to conquer the kingdoms in the region of Nubia, or Kush. However, the Romans' armies are not aware of this formidable African woman. She was a warrior queen who commanded her own soldiers in battle, something which many of them might never have seen before. While such a thing may have been commonplace in other kingdoms, but to the Romans, it was something new. Her bravery and composure in her conflict with the Romans is legendary, as she protected her people by halting potential Roman ambition in the region. She just wasn't having it, and was apparently ready for anything that came her way. In the war that lasted 5 years, from 27 BCE to 22 BCE, she got scar in one of her eye in the battle. But this did not stop her by any means. In 24 BCE, when Alexander attempted to conquer her lands, she arranged her armies strategically. She launched an attack on the Roman forces. She defeated and destroyed the Roman forces at Syene and Philae of today's Aswan.
I believe the attack will come from Africa itself.
She didn't stop there. She even drove them from Elephantine Island all the way to northern Egypt. Many historians described her as brave, and blind in one eye. She took everything that belonged to the Roman forces, including several statues of Emperor Augustus. She looped off a statue of Augustus and placed at the bottom steps of temple in Meroe as a sign of defiance or disrespect. She captured and controlled a bunch of Romans' forces and returned to Kush with prisoners. She is Queen Amanirenas. Meroitic inscriptions gave her the title of Kore, as well as Qantake, suggesting that she was a ruling queen. Qantake, which means great woman, was used as a royal title or dynastic name for the queens of Kushites. She then sent message to Augustus Caesar. One of the Kushite envoys gallantly presented the Romans a beautiful bundle of golden arrows, and said, "This gift is from the Qantake. If you want peace, this is a symbol of her warmth and friendship. If you want war, keep the arrows because you are going to need them. The Romans left the territory and Africans did not have to pay Rome taxes. Now from these stories, it's clear that the Kushites beat the Romans because of the aggressive message brought to the Romans. That was the most epic response to the most powerful military on earth at the time. Her leadership, guidance, determination and grit are second to none when it comes to African queens. Later, the Romans reported that the Kushite army was led by a Qantakes, who was a very masculine sort of woman, and blind in one eye. We can understand this strange description when we see how the artists represented the queens. They were massive, powerful women, covered with jewels, elaborate fringed, and tasseled robes. They often appear carrying weapons in one hand, preparing to kill bunches of small enemy figures, which they hold in the other. In 1910, a team of archaeologists from Liverpool University discovered the bronze statue's head of Augustus under the throne of Queen Amanirenas. It's now in British Museum. It's clear that it appears to have been lopped off and placed on the bottom steps of the temple. This also shows that how she humiliated the Roman Empire led by Augustus Caesar. Even though the kingdom no longer exists, there are remnants of the civilization, and those along with the contemporaneous stories, give us a good idea of what a brave queens of Meroe were.